What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Wrestling Nerd Show. This is WWE Raw updates. I will be talking about WWE Monday Night Raw, January 13, 2014. I will be talking about the full show. My quick thought on tonight's show is it was okay. It was a watchable show. It was not that great on. It was not a bad show. If it was a 2-hour Raw and cutting all the bullshit, it would be a great show. Anyway, talking about the show kicked off with Bryan and Bray Wyatt versus the Usos. It was announced last week. About this match, I personally like the fact that Bryan is in Wyatt family, and yeah, there is a twist at the end of the Raw which made Raw more exciting. I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you want to spoil it for yourself, just read the result in the description. So yeah, continue with Bryan and Bray versus the Usos. About this match, it was a pretty good match. At one point, the Usos tossed Bray over the top ropes and backdrops Bryan into him. Then the Usos nail a double the suicide drive on top over the top rope, and which was really great. And then the Usos bring them back in the ring for a double superfly flush, but Herb and Roland attack them for disqualification. So your winner is the Uso by disqualification. After the match, something interesting happened, which is Bray yells at Bryan to get on his feet, and once again, fans are crazy for Bryan. They're chanting Bryan like all the time. And then I like when Bray whispers something into Bray's ears and love. Then he kisses Bryan's forehead. Anyway, then after that, Bryan kind of goes in his knees, and well, we have a sister Abigail from Bray on Bryan. I don't know why that happened. That's why I'm talking about a twist that will come at the end of the show. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. And about the Uso, after the match, they kind of had the chance to escape, and so good for them. They didn't get any beat up. After that, we have we go to a commercial break. We have the next match was Damien Sandow versus John Cena. About this match, they kind of shows us the promo of last match they had when Damien Sandow cashed in on John Cena and he was unsuccessful. Anyway, about this match, it was an okay match, I will say. It was lots of back and forth. At one point, Sandows Cena's nail a tornado DDT for 2 count, which was nice to see. And when Cena goes out of his 5 move that he does, I personally liked it. Anyway, Cena goes for attitudes of just miss, but again it's locks for a pin attempt. Sandows dropped on Cena's face for another 2 count. As I said, there are lots of back and forth. Cena counter a move and appeal the STF. Sandows makes it to bottom rope and breaks the hold. Sandows drops Cena and appeal the STF also. So yeah, Sandow did STF on Cena. Cena's power to his feet and Sandow on his back. Cena lane does an AAA attitude of adjustment for a win. And after the match, Cena hugs his father at the ringside before heading to back. After again we go to replay, and I hate so many replays about WWE Network. Anyway, it's nonsense. Anyway, later on a rematch from SmackDown with the Shield versus CM Punk and the New Age Outlaws. They kind of shows us the promo, and after that we have a look at WWE Network. As I said, back from the break, Cole shows us, oh god. Anyway, Kane is backstage looking over paperwork when Brad Maddox walks in. Maddox says that some stir to show and point out how things are chaotic already with the Wyatt family. Kane says Maddox should be reinforcing the rules. Maddox proposes the Uso versus Bryan and Bray in a steel cage match. Kane says that it would be better if the cage is locked and he is the only one who has the keys. So yeah, at the main event we have the steel cage match between the Usos versus Bryan and Bray. So yeah, there we will have a twist. And hey, I personally like twist. Anyway, after that we have Big Show versus Jack Swagger. This is nothing but stupid. Anyway, Show start off in control and takes Swagger to the corner for a big chop to the chest. Show tosses Swagger across the ring. Show runs into a big boot in the corner. Swagger goes to work, but Show runs over him twice. Show with another clothesline and a backsplash in the corner. Shows with a big shoulder tackle. Shows calls for a chokeslam and nails it for the easy win. And after that we have Shows kind of messing around with Zeb Colter, and he knocks out Zeb Colter. And well, they again Shows. Next we will have Shield versus CM Punk and the New Age Outlaws. And after the commercial break we have Shield taking on CM Punk and the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg and Gunn. Something interesting happened in this match, which is at the end of the match, the New Age Outlaws kind of turn on CM Punk. Well, yeah, let's talk about the match. Gunn start of the match with Dean Ambrose. Ambrose take control and take Seth Rollins to keep up the attack on Gunn, so it keeps going on. Punks and Range have a words before going at back and forth. Again, there was so many back and forth in this match. Anyway, if anything good happen is at the end, which is Ambrose dope Punk's out to the floor. Punk get through into the steel step. Punk comebacks in and hits a drop kick on Range. Punk goes for a tag, but outrage drop off and walks up the ramp and leave Punk hanging. As I said, they turn on Punks. Anyway, Punks looks shocked but goes to fight the Shield on his own, but Roman Reigns end up hitting a big spear for win. After the match, the Shield was kind of leaving, but Roman Reigns called them back and says, no, we gotta do the triple powerbomb, and then they does it, and that's pretty much it about that. Anyway, then we have a Divas match, AJ Lee and Tamina Snuka versus Cameron and Naomi. I don't know, man, what the hell is this? They shot there was a shot of NXT diva Emma in the audience. I don't even know her, but Michael Cole kind of pointed out. Anyway, Tamina started out and overpower Cameron. Tamina with a knee drop and a 2 count before going 2 more knee drops. AJ Lee comes in and ends up getting a pin on Cameron. So there is your winner, AJ Lee and Tamina Snuka. After the match, AJ Lee and Tamina attack Cameron until Naomi makes the save and clears the ring. We saw Randy Orton backstage looking for the Authority, and there he comes on Kane looking for Authority. So Kane, we didn't have Triple H and Stephanie McMahon on Raw. So Randy Orton complains about his Rumble match against John Cena. Brock Lesnar wanting a shot and Batista returning. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why in the hell you were complaining about the fact that Batista is returning? Anyway, Kane yells at Orton and says tonight Orton takes out his frustration on Kofi Kingston. And talking about Orton versus Kofi Kingston, that was an interesting match. We'll be talking about that. So yeah, then after that, before Orton versus Kofi, we had an announcement for WWE the Hall of Fame class of 2014. The announcement was that the Ultimate Warrior will be into 2014 WWE Hall of Fame class. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Then we had a backstage interview with Paul Heyman and Renee Young. Brock Lesnar destroying Big Show, Rambo and stuff. So yeah, it was nothing special. Anyway, about Kofi versus Randy Orton match. It was an interesting match because Kofi Kingston defeated Randy Orton clear out of nowhere. Kofi Kingston roll up and defeat Randy Orton. So Kofi Kingston, talking about the match, Kofi missed Travel in Paradise and Randy Orton dumps him back over the rope. Orton has a busted lip now. Orton whips Coffee into the steel again and again. Orton rolls Coffee back in the ring and starts stomping on him. Orton's cover for a 2 count. Coffee fights out of a headlock and looks to make a comeback. Orton cuts him off once again. Orton starts stomping again. Orton with an uppercut. Coffee makes and comebacks again and goes for boom drop, but Orton moves out of the way. Orton makes Coffee to the rope and goes for jumping DDT, but Coffee blocks it and nail SOS out of nowhere and a non-title win. And after the match, Randy Orton got mad and all crazy. He attacks fan. Well, it was John Cena's father. Then John Cena comes out, and we had all those stupid things with ambulance and stuff. So yeah, once again Randy Orton attacked John Cena's father. If you guys don't remember, back in 2000, I forgot the exact years, when John Cena and Randy Orton was facing. Randy Orton kind of beat the shit out of John Cena's father. Anyway, after that we had Goldust and Cody Rhodes and Dusty Rhodes versus Ryback and Axel. I have to say sorry because I kind of miss out on this match. So yeah, but yeah, I know the winner because I saw the end kind of. Cody Rhodes and Goldust win, obviously. The ending was Cody goes for an moonsault, but Ryback distracts him. Cody with a disaster kick on Ryback. Goldust comes over and sends Ryback face first into the fan barriers. Cody's end up hitting Crossroad on Axel for the win. Well, after that we see Rey Mysterio walking backstage. He's coming to face Alberto Del Rio, and before the match started we had this promo, Rey Mysterio saying that he will be in Royal Rumble match and he will win it because he has a record for being in Royal Rumble match longest. Anyway, about that match, Del Rio charge, Rey moves away and Del Rio hits the ring post, ending up outside on the floor. Moved back and forth in the ring. Rey counter in the Alabama slam and drops Del Rio for 619. Rey hits it and goes to the tops, but Del Rio knocks him off. Del Rio with a big super kick to the mouth. Del Rio appeals the cross unbreaker and Rey taps out. And after the match, Del Rio cuts a promo asking Batista how he likes his friend Mysterio. Del Rio says if Batista show up next week, the same thing will happen to him. So I think they're going for a Del Rio versus Batista match, maybe at Elimination Chamber, because well, Batista will be in Royal Rumble match, or maybe a WrestleMania, Del Rio versus Batista. It would be a great match. I would watch it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We have CM Punk walks on Kane in the back and complains about near Outlaws walking out on him. Punk is not happy with Triple H, obviously. Kane says the authority is allowing Punk to compete in a Royal Rumble match. Punk says he likes that, but he has problem with Kane. Then we got a promo from the Usos about the main event. The steel cage is being lowered around. So then we go for the steel cage match, which was interesting. We had God, why do you want me to talk about this match? Because we had a great twist, and let's talk about the twist first, which is at the the Uso is our winner, and after the match, Daniel Bryan kind of attacks Bray Wyatt, so he's, I think, no more part of the Wyatt family. Anyway, let's talk about the match. As I said, Kane will be locking the cage, and he will have the lock while the bell rings and everyone goes at it. Bryan get knocked down and they double team Bray. Waze end up launching one of the Usos into the cage while Harper and Rollins watch from the outside of the cage as Bray walks over the Usos. And Bryan walks over the other. One of the Usos go to climb out the cage, but Bryan climbs up with him. More back and forth in the cage as we go to commercial. I hate it when they're commercial break during a great match. Anyway, after the commercial, Bryan fights with one of the Usos on the cage while Usos kicks way to the mat and nails a corkscrew for a 2 count as Bryan breaks the pin. I don't know why the fuck he was spinning inside in the middle of the ring, because it does not work out that way. Maybe he was drunk. Anyway, the other Uso climbs up the cage, but Bryan pulls him down. Bryan's with a kick in the corner as fans chant as Bryan with the low drop kick to the face of Uso. Bryan climbs up, the other Uso stop him. Both Usos climb up the cage and slam Bryan down to the mat head. Fans chant "This is awesome" as Bryan kicks out at 2 when Bryan breaks the pin. Again, why the fuck there is pin? Bray take control and the uphold blocking is super quick. He goes for Sister Abigail, but other Usos stop him with a super kick. The Usos start climbing the cages, but Rollins and Harper tend them on the outside. Bryan and Bray stop them from climbing the inside. For all 4 are at the top of the cage at that moment. Bryan gets knocked into the mat and that causes Bray to fall on the roof and get well, he's not fucked up. Anyway, one of the Usos climb up and lands on Rollins. The other Usos jump out for a win. After the bell, Bryan and Lou Harper and Rollins and Harper, sorry I messed up their name, attack the Uso on the floor, but the Usos get the upper hand. The Usos celebrate as their music plays and they head up to the ramp. After the match, fans start chanting for Bryan as Bray whispers something in Bryan's ears. Once again, Bryan raises his arm and drops on his knee. Bray grabs him and goes for Sister Abigail, but Bryan slides out of it. Fans stir up a big ass chant. Bray looks at Bryan and approaches him again. Bryan looks out at the crowd. Bray tells him not to do his fans chant for Bryan big time. Bray taunt Bryan and tell him to bring it. Bray drops on his knee and tells Bryan to hit him. Bryan, oh no, will not do that, and Bray calls him a coward. Bray cheers in the corner, but again Bryan sidestep. Bryan uphold on Bray and hits a big drop kick. Bryan run across the ring for 2 more drop kicks. Bryan the uphold with kick as fan chant as with him. Bryan drops Bray with a big roundhouse. Rollins and Harper are just now getting up, but the cage door is locked. Bryan takes off his white family gear and has his usual trunk on. Bryan with more kicks to Bray. Bryan runs Bray into the cage wall, knocking Rollins and Harper off the climbing. Bray gets a huge chant going and nailing a fly knee on Bryan. Bryan climbs up and sits on top of the cage as music starts playing. Row goes off the air with Bryan leading a huge S chanting from the top of the cage. Now the question is Bryan part of the White family or not? Because at the earlier the night, Bryan was attacked, and later he attacked Bray. So it's kind of in my mat, everything is cause off, so there is nothing special. So I'm really looking forward to see how this Bryan storyline would continue, because I thought what WWE would do is they made Bryan part of the Wyatt family, so that the Wyatt family helped him to win the Royal Rumble. Then he goes to WrestleMania with Wyatt family on his side. If the Shields comes out to attack him, then the Wyatt family help him. Then he wins the WWE title at WrestleMania. Then after winning the title, he kind of says fuck you to the Wyatt family, and everything kind of works out for Bryan. But it seems like WWE has something else planned. So yeah, I'm personally looking forward to see that. So yeah, and one more thing is, what will happen to Kofi Kingston thing? Will they have a WWE Championship match if things work out for him? I hope he had a triple threat match at Royal Rumble. I would, instead of watching John Cena and Randy Orton going one-on-one, I would love to see a triple threat match. But I think next Monday Night Raw will have a WWE Championship match between Randy Orton and Kofi, where, well, maybe John Cena comes out and we have a disqualification, or Randy Orton defeats Kofi Kingston to go to Royal Rumble looking strong. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. I love the fact that you guys listen to me talking about WWE, and I got nothing to do, so that's what I do. Anyway, if you want the link to watch full show online, leave a comment about your thought on tonight Raw, and I will send you the link to watch Raw online. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm out of here.